What other resources can a student get to get good subject test scores after his college prep courses? So when it comes to subject tests, first of all, again, on testprepauthority.com, I have a full free guide on the SAT subject tests. So check it out. It's pretty comprehensive. And I also have a lot more information in my book, Why You Get Rejected. But basically, the number one thing you need to understand about subject tests is that they're not like the SAT one, and they're not like the ACT. There is zero strategy involved. The one exception to this rule is the SAT literature subject test. The SAT literature subject test, in my personal and professional opinion, is an absolute nightmare. It requires a ton of strategy. It's really, really hard. And it requires pretty much the same strategies that I teach for my critical reading strategies for the SAT one, but you also need to know a lot of kind of random literary and poetic terms, and you have to just have a good eye for literature in general. If you hate poems, don't take the SAT literature test. It's not worth it. There are other kind of humanities ones you can take, like the history tests, that are going to suit you a lot better. But that being said, for the most part, subject tests are very, very material based and very straightforward. So basically, the SAT might ask that crazy, miles per hour, weird, but the driver happened to be 15% less alert, but also the road was 25% more windy, blah, blah, blah problems. The subject tests give you an equation and they say, solve it. They give you a triangle and they say, find the area. They give you some SOHCAHTOA stuff and they say, what's sine here, right? What's cotangent? It's all purely straightforward. So you know your stuff or you don't. Same with history. They're not asking you really in-depth stuff. They're pretty much saying, who did this? What country did this, right? So it's flashcard stuff. So when it comes to programs and when it comes to tutoring, it's funny because, I usually tell people that the main thing is find source material, right? Get the official College Board book, which is, I think, $14, and they have actual problems that they ask. Get some other books. I really trust Barron's a lot of the time. They have some pretty good stuff. McGraw-Hill sometimes has good stuff. Go on Amazon, type in the subject test that you want to take, and find the book, get as many practice questions as you can, and then just study like a lunatic. If you still need help, right? And some things you might, like chemistry, for instance, even though chemistry, the exam is kind of straightforward, I still was horrible at chemistry. I didn't like it. You might want someone to explain the concepts to you and show you how stuff works. And you might need a buddy to work through flashcards with you. But for the most part, just study it like you'd study vocabulary. Right? There's no strategy. You just need to work like a loon and you need to do it very consistently. But again, check out the guide on Test Prep Authority. That'll tell you everything you need to know about where to look for material and how to tackle each subject test. So